On Beyond Just Cougs, James Donaldson talks about his experience as a coug and his achievements.
In truth, I think WSU chose me. I wasn't highly recruited coming out of Washington State or coming out of Sacramento, California, and my coach, the basketball coach at that time, George Raveling, and his staff were recruiting up and down the West Coast, and they came across me and asked me if I would be interested in attending WSU as a student athlete on a full ride athletic scholarship. So with that kind of opportunity, I said, hey, yes, please, let's go. You never give up. You have to keep on persevering and pushing yourself to be the best you can be. My latest chapter of my life now is being a voice and an advocate for mental health awareness and suicide prevention. After all I accomplished, my whole world turned upside down back in 2018. And for 12 dark, despairing months, I was in a state of depression, anxiety, and suicide ideations. I was able to work my way through that through medical professionals, behavioral health counselor, a small intimate support group around me. But it was a long 12 months of just almost nothingness and hopelessness. But I knew that one day there'd be a rainbow at the end of that if I kept on pushing myself through and not giving up. I think too many people give up. And if you give up, you never realize your potential. You never really see what's the opportunity laying just another couple steps ahead of you if you keep on going another couple steps. And so with that experience of my own, I've been able to start up my own nonprofit foundation, Your Gift of Life Foundation, yourgiftoflife.org. You can find it. And it really gives me a platform to speak to our students, middle school and high school students, about the tough times they're going through with mental challenges and those kind of things right now. And also it gives me an opportunity to speak to those groups as well. So that's what I do now. I just wrote a book recently, Celebrating Your Gift of Life, which again, you can find on the same website, celebratingyourgiftoflife.com. And it talks about my experiences, but it also gives a lot of good strategies and remedies for how to work your way through those very difficult times. So on top of everything I've done in my life, this latest chapter is the greatest chapter. Coach Lenny Wilkins, who was with the Seattle Supersonics at the time, decided to take a chance on me based on George's recommendations, I think, and drafted me in the fourth round of the 1979 NBA draft out of WSU. 1979 was the year the Seattle Supersonics won the NBA World Championship. So there was very little room for a newcomer like me on the team. And so I elected in 1979 to go over to Siena, Italy, and played my first professional year overseas in Italy. Actually, it was a good thing because I was able to play the full game. I was able to really work on all aspects of my game, which I wouldn't have done as a rookie sitting on the bench with the Sonics. So I developed even more so that year and came back the following year to make the team in 1980 with the Seattle Supersonics. So that was my very, very beginning of my NBA career. In 1988, at the very top of my NBA career, I was one of the best players, best big players in the league, the center position, which I played. And the All-Star game was in Chicago that year at the Chicago Stadium. Michael Jordan was, of course, all the rage and all the buzz, and the greatest player, the best player in the NBA at the time. It was almost an otherworldly experience going to the All-Star game. Here I was with, amongst the top 24 players in the whole entire NBA. On my team, I had great players like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, John Stockton, Karl Malone, Clyde Drexler, Akeem Olajuwon. great players from every aspect of the game, and me. And so at least for one day, in one game, I was at the very top of the profession. You can't get any higher than that on an individual accomplishment. And so that's what that NBA All-Star game was all about. I was kind of reluctant to go at first because I didn't feel really worthy of that kind of recognition. Sports to me has always been a very team-oriented kind of thing, and I didn't really appreciate the individual accomplishments and individual recognition. But I was talked into going and really just enjoying the moment, as my coach would tell me. Enjoy the moment. You worked hard and long to get here. Enjoy the moment. And so that's what I did. It was just a real appreciation that people took notice of the work that I did, my body of work with WSU as a WSU Cougar, a student athlete. I always prided myself on being both a good student and a good athlete. And to have all that recognized as one of the best players to come through WSU, to have, my big depiction of a poster, photos and everything in the Hall of Honor over at Beasley Coliseum was fantastic. This is what I recommend to any young student who has an opportunity to go to college. Take advantage of the opportunity and don't just be a wallflower once you get there. Get involved with some of the activities such as you're doing with producing your piece here. Get involved with various different activities, different clubs. Treat it more as a party type time in your life. Network. I mean, the people you're going to school with now and the people I went to school with 40 years ago are still dear friends of mine and have helped each other throughout our careers. You need to know people as you get your career underway, and being able to network with people that you went to school with, have a similar experience of, or even somebody who's an alum of your school and being able to connect with them. That's the college experience. And I want all of our young students to be able to experience that. And of course, the ultimate goal is to graduate from college. Don't just go to college, graduate from college. And then that really sets your plate very nicely for your career opportunities and moving forward into the rest of your life. You can always change your mind, change your careers later, but you can never take back that college experience.